Hi, everybody. It's Tim Sestrick, and I wanted to give you a few tips for working on the worksheet for today's class. And there's three main parts to the worksheet that just deal with things that we talked about today in class. The first part is browsing for music. The second part is searching for music. And the third part is using somebody else's searching to help you find things to play or to sing. And the first part, browsing, I'm not going to go over the first question, which is about browsing Impressor Music Library for music for your instrument or voice. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. The second one, though, involves browsing library search on our website for music for your instrument or voice. So I just wanted to give you an example of how to do that. And going to the Impressor Music Library website, to browse for music, I just want to run a list of music that we have in the Impressor Music Library for my instrument or voice. And so I don't give anything away. I don't want to pick anybody's instrument. I'm going to do something a little bit different. And I'm going to look for panpipes music or music for panpipes. And I really recommend putting that keyword music in after your instrument name, whether it be trombone music, flute music, clarinet music. Vocalists, singers, I would use the term songs and then music to find the music that we have for you to sing. So I'm going to do panpipes music and I'm going to search for that. And it gives me a lot of results. And the problem is, not the problem, but something to think about is there are a lot of different things that come up in this search. There's an article, there's audio, there's another article. So I want to limit it or I want to filter it to music that I can play. So the way to do that is to go over to source type on the left and look for scores and filter to scores. And that brings me 7 scores that have panpipe music. I'm not quite sure why trombone came up or the Boozy and Hawks viola anthology. Um, that's okay though. I'm not going to worry about that for now. What I'd like you to do when you do this search is just find the number of results up here. For me, it's 7. And that goes into the worksheet. How many pieces did you find? The next question, I'm going to ask you to search a website called worldcat.org. And worldcat.org is just like our library search catalog, but it's for catalogs across the country and around the world. So basically, you can see what's in libraries across the country, and it's a good way to browse and look for lists of music that you might be interested in playing. So for me to do that, I'm just going to go to worldcat.org and I'm going to do the same thing that I did in library search. And this time I still want to filter my results. The way to do that is to go down to Format here on the left and just scroll down till you get to musical score. And at this point, I don't need to be too specific. I'm just going to click that and it gives me 210 results. And that's what you should put into the worksheet. So that's a good way to browse and find music or look for music that you might be interested in playing, and a good way to browse through library catalogs. The next part, searching, is pretty self-explanatory as well. As I mentioned here, when you're looking for a piece of music that you're playing, if you have any work or catalog numbers, it's helpful to put those into the search box so that you can find the exact piece that you're looking for. The last part of the worksheet, someone else is searching. Here, I'm asking you to find a list of music for your instrument or voice that somebody else has put together. And I kind of specified here that list should have 10 or more pieces. It's okay if you don't have 10 or more. Just somebody has put together a pretty significant list of music that you can play. So the first thing that I asked you to do was to use library search or worldcat.org to find that list. And to give you an example of how to do that, um, I'm pretty sure we don't have a list of panpipes music. in our library or in worldcat.org. So, trombonist, this is your lucky day. I'm going to do a search the same way that I searched for music scores, but I'm going to put the word bibliography at the end. In the library world, if you put bibliography, that's going to be a key for this database to show you lists of music, bibliographies of repertoire that people have put together. So I'm going to search that. The first thing I'm going to do, though, I'm going to make sure I don't have any filters on. Uh-oh, that means I got to do it all over again. Sorry about that, everybody, but here we go. Okay, and I'm not going to dwell too long on this, but it's a really easy way to find bibliographies and lists of repertoire that somebody has created for you that can be really, really helpful. To do this on the web, you can find all sorts of lists of music on the web. You can find them from blog posts. You can find them from other universities or music schools where the studios put lists of repertoire online. You can find them in vendors' catalogs. Like for instance, as a percussionist, I know that Steve Weiss Music, which is a huge vendor of percussion instruments and music, has a big long list of sheet music that they call it that I can browse and I can find online. I'm kind of looking for something that a person has put together for you online. And to do that, I would just recommend playing around with different keywords. Bibliography, the keyword we used in the library search may work, but other things, you can just do something like this. Let's do flute this time. And it's going to give me an AI overview, but it's also going to give me, if it's in Wikipedia, a list of compositions for flute. Um, and you can see here's a player, Rachel Taylor Green, suggested flute repertoire list. Another person, flute and piano repertoire list. The Flute Center has, this is a vendor, and this is the sheet music that they sell. So there's lots of different ways to get lists online. Another way to do it, if you really, really want to get something from another flute studio at another school, this is a little bit more of an advanced search, but I'll show it to you. Go site:/.edu. And that's going to limit your search to academic websites. And so let's pick another one. And everything that I get in my list of results is going to be from a college or a university somewhere. Okay, so University of North Texas comes up pretty highly for me, and I'm sure there's a list of repertoire there. Lots of library sites that are helping you search for clarinet music. Yeah, so there's lots of interesting things you can find from other studios at other colleges or universities. I hope that helps. If you have any questions about the worksheet, of course, talk to me, and good luck.